Hi, everyone. We are here today for the 4th Annual International Candlelight Vigil for Elephants. This vigil is for the elephants who have died in captivity in 2021. We have with us here many of the founders. There are 5, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But they are standing in solidarity with organizations and individuals all around the world to remember those elephants who have suffered and died in 2021. Let's watch this.
Does anyone hear me when I hit the floor? Does anyone hear me when you close the door to my cage? Does anyone hear me? You say you need me to brighten up your world, make the children smile, teach them all you've learned of my ways when I was wild. Free me, why don't you free me from this cage you've locked me in? Hear me, why can't you hear me? Calling those I left behind when I was wild. I remember the taste of rain, distant calls of night, the earth beneath my feet, green and golden light. No horizon, starry skies. Free me, but don't you free me from this cage you've locked me in. Hear me, but can you hear me?
Wow, that is just staggering when we see how many individuals have passed and to think about the way they spent their lives in captivity. And now, one of the founders, we have 5 founders who will introduce themselves as they come on and the organization, say what organization they're with. Who will do the mission statement? We've lost someone and we're going to just jump in. So who's doing the mission statement? Thank you, Kirsten.
Hi, thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much for hosting this program today and providing this platform for the vigil to honor these souls who passed in 2021. That video always gets to me. So we would like to share our mission statement because we think this really sums up what the vigil is all about. Captive-held elephants are treated as commodities to generate profits for zoos, circuses, and other entertainment venues, shuffled from place to place with no regard for their well-being, often spending the majority of their time alone in substandard conditions, without the space required by the largest land mammal on Earth. These elephants die prematurely of diseases such as arthritis, foot disease, tuberculosis, endotheliotropic herpes virus, and other illnesses brought on by the unnatural conditions of their confinement. Elephants in captivity also display stereotypical swaying, rocking, and bobbing movements, which are symptoms of extreme psychological stress and trauma. The International Candlelight Vigil for Elephants serves to honor these extraordinary beings and their birthright of freedom. The International Candlelight Vigil for Elephants is an offering of remembrance and a call to walk gently upon the earth with compassion and respect for all who share our one planet. Thank you.
Thank you. That was just beautiful. I do want to ask each of you ladies to speak up. I didn't want to interrupt you. Now, I know that I want to show the video of the logos of the 5 organizations that are represented and who have organized this amazing event for 4 years. But we don't want to forget, most importantly, the co-hosts as well. So there's also a number of co-hosts. And when you ladies take your turn speaking, you can mention anything you would like to about that. And of course, most importantly are the elephants. Now, folks, we are going to be lighting a candle and have a moment of silence. So please stay tuned. Now, the next person that we have, I believe, is Courtney, but Courtney has a sound problem at the moment. So who will speak on behalf of Courtney, or at least for this segment?
That's me again.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, again, I'm Kirsten, and I don't know
Speak
if
up a little, Kirsten. We were having a little trouble.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, just loud as possible.
Okay, I don't know if I said before that I'm with Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles, and I'm speaking on behalf of Courtney Scott, who is with Free the Oregon Zoo Elephants, and she just wanted me to let the audience know that Free the Oregon Zoo Elephants is so honored to be a part of this vigil. And it's part of their mission to shine a light on the suffering of captive elephants everywhere, and all of the elephants who have died with no one knowing their names or stories, and that these lives mattered and should never be forgotten. And Courtney was going to share a little bit about how this vigil got started and how we all came together. And it's interesting that this vigil actually started because of a rhinoceros. Rhonda the rhinoceros lived a tragic life in captivity at the Los Angeles Zoo, and when she died in November of 2017, a small group of our local community in Los Angeles gathered to hold a vigil for Rhonda and for the 14 elephants who have died in the Los Angeles Zoo. And there was so much support from the Elephant Advocacy community that these groups came together: Free the Oregon Zoo Elephants, Save Nosey Now, the Elephant Advocacy Project, Leap for Lucy, and Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles to form this international event. So we're very honored to be here today, Lindsay, so thank you.
Thank you for being here. And now I believe Barbara will be our next speaker. Is that correct? And Barbara, this was the part that really struck me. And I always wonder why I'm surprised, but the number of elephants that have died in captivity. Please, will you speak on that issue? How many have died, and the circumstances around their existence before and before they die?
Yes. I am Barbara Lovett with Save Nosey Now. Our mission has always been to try to get elephants out of captivity from circuses and zoos and into sanctuary. We have always tried to be advocates for at least one elephant at a time, if not many. And we were very fortunate to be instrumental in getting Nosey to sanctuary in 2017. Nosey was just a single lone elephant in a circus in Florida who traveled the country. So we were very pleased to see that happen. We are working very hard to get other elephants to sanctuary. As far as the vigil elephants, unfortunately, we had a total of 88 who died in 2021 due to various circumstances, mostly from the ravages of captivity. There were 47 zoo and circus elephants who died, 12 who came to sanctuary and died in sanctuary after being in circuses and zoos and other terrible situations where their conditions were so bad that by the time they did make it to sanctuary, many of them were already on their last legs. There were also 29 festival elephants, and those elephants are those that are used in temples in India for religious reasons. There were 29 captive elephants in the state of Kerala, India, including 2 babies who died in 2021. Those majestic elephants were brutalized into submission. They were emasculated and paraded on tar sands in cultural festivals. They were deprived of food, water, and rest, trucked across the state for miles on end through precarious roads with no shade to shelter them from the scorching sun. So people can be entertained behind in the name of culture. Those were the elephants that we are commemorating and remembering today, and we are very sad to have to do this kind of vigil for them, but it is a very important program to have so that people can understand what happens to these elephants once they get taken into captivity in various situations.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I believe Kirsten next has a story for us about one of the elephants that we're memorializing today.
Yes, thank you. And we do have a picture of Thorns that maybe we
Yes,
can put
I'll
up.
bring it up. You go ahead and I'll bring that up.
So we chose this biography of baby Thorn to share with you today because it really illustrates the tragedy of what we're trying to commemorate today. Thorn was a young male Asian elephant who died early Christmas morning in the Biopark Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico. At the age of 3, little Thorn succumbed to endotheliotrophic herpes virus, a common disease in captive-held elephants and almost always fatal to elephants under the age of 8. At least 3 very young captive-held elephants died of this virus during 2021 that we know of. Thorn was born into captivity and lived his tragically short life on exhibit for human entertainment and profit. His story illustrates the simple fact that captive breeding programs do not work. Dear Thorn, our hope is that your story will inspire humans to direct our resources towards protecting elephants in their natural homes, rather than imprisoning them for human purposes. May we learn to honor the earth and coexist with wild ones on their terms. Rest in peace, baby Thorn. We will remember your short life and the lessons you left us to hold. And we chose this biography because it illustrates that captive breeding programs do not work. The zoos do not plan to introduce any of these babies back into the wild, and elephants are dying faster in captive conditions than they can be bred. The only purpose for these captive breeding programs is to restock the zoos. So our hope is that by sharing stories like Thorns, the community will say that they've had enough and that this practice will cease. It's up to the people, the community that surrounds these zoos, to say we've had enough. We don't want to see these baby elephants in zoos, for these programs to cease, because as long as people continue to buy tickets, the zoos are going to keep breeding these babies. And we recently learned, Lindsay, that Thorn's sister, who was also held in the same zoo, died of the same virus on January 2nd. So baby Jasmine is our first elephant death of 2022.
Wow, that's very sad. I hope this message gets out to people. Please, everyone that's watching, we have lots of comments, and I'm going to hold on the comments so that we get through this into the second part of the vigil. There's amazing, beautiful poem coming up very shortly. So, but everyone, I want to ask you to please share out this video and spread the word, because this is the way we can raise the awareness that we need to get this horrific captivity of wild elephants to end, and particularly the babies and what they go through, the torture they go through to be broken. And there's so much, but that's for another show. We have next, we want to keep going here, and we have more speakers here. Now we have, let's see, Sandra was going to talk about what to take away next. So who could
Hi,
address?
Lindsay.
Oh, Sandra's here. Yes, sorry, Sandra.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, Lindsay. Sandra Klinger, the Elephant Advocacy Project. We are one of the founding members, and our main goal, in addition to just honoring the lives of these elephants who died in captivity, this year and telling their story so that people understand what their life was in captivity and how painful and difficult it was for them. And our hope, our ultimate hope, is that they take that information and translate that into advocacy for elephants still living. There are many elephants still in captivity. We can help still get to better living conditions and improve welfare by getting them out of these captive environments they find themselves in zoos and circuses, and get as many as we possibly can to sanctuary. If you take time to read the bio information on these elephants, it is absolutely heartbreaking. And it chronicles what is happening to every single one of these captive elephants in captivity. The arthritis that shortens their lives. They lead greatly shortened lives in captivity than they do in the wild. And while their time in captivity is fraught with horrible suffering from extreme confinement, from mental suffering, from not having stimulation, from not having companions, these are highly intelligent, highly social, sentient beings that we put in a box for human entertainment. And we wonder why they don't do well, why they don't live very long, why they don't reproduce well in captivity. They're prisoners. They're prisoners, and they're living in very tiny, horrible, hardened, unnatural conditions. And so we hope that people will take time to read the bios of elephants like Andra, that was a circus elephant that was abused until her last days. But her story is actually one of people stepping up and taking action. When she was exhibited in Greece, the abuse that people witnessed with her was so bad, the citizens of Greece stood up, contacted their local governments, and the government of Greece has subsequently banned animal circuses because of what they saw with one elephant. So
Wow.
we hope that people will read these bios and understand what is really going on in zoos and in circuses around the country, and get active. There is a list on our website that you put up, as well the list of co-hosts where people can engage with activist groups around the world. And the list of co-hosts for this program is a good place to start to find out how you can just jump in there and find a group that speaks to your heart and how you want to help elephants, and get active for elephants, because we have to make the future kinder for elephants if we're going to have them.
That's right. That's right. And this is the list of the co-hosts that we will also make sure that you're going to be reading them. We will also have them, we can add them into the comments right after the show so that people do have a way to find them in the to the closest city they live in, because this is an international event that is going on now for the 4th year. And so we're moving along nicely. We do have a beautiful poem coming up, and we're almost to the second part where we will be lighting a candle, folks, and taking a minute of silence for the elephants. And of course, all of this is being done to raise awareness. We can't save the ones that are gone, but we can save the ones and get them, as these wonderful ladies have been saying, get them to sanctuary, raise awareness to end these practices, and to help with education all over the world. This is not just here. This tremendous group is making a tremendous difference all over the world. So the last question, and I think I can address it, unless Kirsten, you want to again, or someone else does. It's about how you can participate in the event. And I understand.
It looks like maybe we've lost Lindsay. So we'll wait just a minute for her to come back in. And she was going to talk about how people can participate and help the elephants. We did produce a memorial video. We know that a lot of you had vigils in your home and sent in pictures, and we will be releasing that video later today. It's a beautiful video. Big shout out to Sam Wincup of Leap for Lucy. Sam does all of our graphics and produces our videos, and they're just amazing. And we will be releasing the home vigil video later today. There will also be a video of live vigils that are happening in different parts of the world. That will be coming out later because due to COVID, a lot of those vigils had to be postponed. So that vigil will probably be coming out in about a month. But the main way for people
Is everyone still here?
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead, Lindsay. I'll
Yeah.
hand it back
We
to
lost
you.
power for a moment. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
let's just
Yes.
keep going. All righty. Sorry about that, folks. But the way that you can participate is to take a picture. Go ahead. I got a little thrown here. Somebody that's more familiar. Go ahead and take it away.
We were just saying that we've already produced that video. We've already taken the pictures. So the deadline for the pictures has passed. But the main way for people to participate, and what we're really hoping is exactly what Sandra was talking about, is that people will find a group, one of the co-hosts near them, or even far away. Because of the internet and how we're all connected, you can help a group out anywhere in the world. And there's a lot of campaigns going on. There's a big campaign going on in Edmonton for Lucy, who's held in the Edmonton Zoo and who lives a horrific life alone in freezing conditions, no life for an elephant. There's a big campaign going on for Chandra and all of the elephants held in the Oregon Zoo. I know that the Elephant Advocacy Project and Save Nosey Now has campaigns going on to help elephants all over, and they work really hard on helping elephants in circus conditions like Nosey, which was a huge success story. And here in Los Angeles, we have a campaign going on for Billy and also the 3 females, Shanzi, Tina, and Jewel, who are currently held in the Los Angeles Zoo. And our hope is that we get these elephants to sanctuary before they become part of this vigil.
Thank you, Kirsten, for giving us that information. That's great. Yeah, folks, so what you're looking at, these are the founders these are the groups that are represented here. And then again, just to show you the graphic, these are the co-hosts that you can get in touch with in your area to take part. Okay, so now we are nearing the second part. If I just want to ask everyone, if you have any air conditioning on, please turn it off. I do hear a little bit of a sound. I don't know if anyone hears that, but if you do have it on, please turn it off. And next we're going to have a reading. Is that right? From Barbara? Yeah,
Yes.
Barbara's. You go ahead now. Go ahead.
I have a poem that was written by one of our friends of the elephants and who has been a great supporter and advocate for many years for the elephants. This poem is called Beaten Down, and it's by Julie A. Dixon. Little did I know when captured, caught and bound, mother killed, that I wouldn't grow up in my herd. Harsh words listened to, bullhook in sensitive ears, kicks to my legs tied together, knowing hunger and thirst would not be the worst treatment I would endure. Lonely, trucked and transferred, so little friendship of other elephants abruptly taken away, like my mother. No crying, tears, or sadness mattered to the captors. Saddled with hot, scratchy blanket, squealing humans crushing my spine, no resistance tolerated. Any stumble berated, I was met with more pain than already felt. Feet sore, ankles swollen until I was limping, not walking. All the while humans gawking at this beast. Ice cream dripped down arms, clapping hands to tricks. I knew they couldn't see my scars. So many times beaten, wanted to escape their chains, only to be restrained again. Moldy hay, foul water, stench of my own waste, trucked again in haste to the next circus town. Now alone, circus sisters gone, lucky to have peace. So tired, cannot walk much further now. Finally beaten down, I will join them.
Wow, well, that is just, that's left me speechless. It's so very sad, so incredibly sad. If people only knew the danger, the horrific things they are doing by just riding elephants, to elephant entertainment, animals in entertainment in general, wild animals in captivity. So crushing, so crushing. Now, I'm going to give everybody a moment to grab their candle. We're going to light a candle, and I want to play once more and mention Nicolette Auberg, who has this beautiful song that you're going to hear once again. I'm going to play the video again.
Does anyone hear me when I hit the floor? Does anyone hear me when you close the door to my cage? Does anyone hear me? You say you need me to brighten up your world, make the children smile, teach them all you've learned of my ways when I was wild. Free me, why don't you free me from this cage you've locked me in? Hear me, why can't you hear me calling those I left behind when I was wild? I remember the taste of rain, distant calls of night, the earth beneath my feet, green and golden light. No horizon, starry skies. Free me, why don't you free me from this cage you've locked me in? Hear me, why can't you hear me?
Once again, thank you to Nicolette Auberg for providing that beautiful song. And ladies, I just want to take this moment to thank all of you and all the founding members of Vigil for Elephants, Candlelight Vigil for Elephants, for the work you have done. I understand the amount of research that it takes, not to mention how depressing to have to read through all of this stuff over and over and do all this hard work to put this together. So thank you so much for everyone, for all of you that are the founders, and all of you co-hosts as well that support this group. And now the public, we can do our part as well. So let's go ahead now and light a candle. Everyone safely light your candle. And then I believe you are going to take turns naming the elephants that have died. Is that right? Yeah. So everyone please be unmuted, I guess, when it's your turn.
Would you like us to begin, Lindsay?
Let's just give people a second to light up safely. And I have mine. So yes, whenever you're all ready, whenever you want to begin.
So we are going to read the names of the elephants who died in captivity during 2021. These are the elephants who died in zoos and circus settings, and the few fortunate ones who were able to get to sanctuary and who died in a sanctuary setting. However, their deaths were still caused by the horrific conditions of their captivity before they arrived in sanctuary, and we are so grateful they had a few last years in their life in a situation of safety and comfort and peace. So these are the elephants. Delhi, Knies Children's Zoo, Switzerland. Dixie, The Preserve, Texas, USA. Linda, Zoo Poznan, Poland. Lucky, Mondulkiri Project, Cambodia. Motome, Green Hill Valley Elephant Camp, Myanmar. Sharima, Lujan Zoo, Argentina. Shirley, Wild Adventures Theme Park, Valdosta, Georgia, USA. Burma, Taronga Western Plains Zoo, Australia. Nang Thine, Copenhagen Zoo, Denmark. Phang Thong Ham, Krabi Elephant Hospital, Thailand.
Kiron, Osnabrück Zoo, Germany. Dazuki, Omoriyama Zoo, Japan. Juno, El Paso Zoo, Texas, USA. Deya, Ueno Zoological Gardens, Japan. Buffy, Monterey Zoo, California, USA. Lucas, Toledo Zoo, Ohio, USA. Puli, Ikihara Elephant Kingdom, Japan. Ministar, Ikihara Elephant Kingdom, Japan. Burma, Augsburg Zoo, Germany. Kirsti, Neuenkirchen Zoo, Germany. Ntabo, Amersfoort Zoo, Netherlands.
And now we will take a moment of silence, 1 minute, for the elephants.
We do have more elephants.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead then.
Do you want me to continue reading, Kirsten?
Yes, please keep reading.
Zimba,
For Courtney.
Opal Zoo, Germany. Minika, Millennium Elephant Foundations, Sri Lanka. Thai, The Preserve, HTWT, Fredericksburg, Texas, USA. Padra, Elefantenhof, Plaxkau, Germany. An Unnamed Baby, Boris Zoo, Sweden. Machanga, Noah's Ark Zoo Farm, England. Latabe, West Midlands Safari Park, UK. Mary, Tokushima City Zoo, Japan. Antboile, Pont-Shorf Zoo, France. Bere, Belo Horizonte Zoo, Brazil. And Mala, Plaxkau Elefantenhof, Sonny Franco.
Andra, Circo Rolando Orfrey, San Paulo, Italy. Sheena, Phoenix City Zoo, Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Prince,
We're having trouble
Kolmarden
hearing
Zoo,
you.
Sweden. And Kabali. Where was I? I'm sorry. Kabali, Vienna Zoo, Austria. Tendi, Kharkiv Zoo, Ukraine. Nanda, also called Mamba, Karlsruhe Zoo, Germany. Arteda, Sofia Zoo, Bulgaria. Luna, Lisbon Zoo, Portugal. Kiran, Leipzig Zoo, Germany. Ronnie, Liberate Zoo, the Czech Republic. Thorn, Albuquerque Biopark Zoo, New Mexico, USA. Burma, Toro Park Zoo, France. Do you want me to keep reading for Marilyn?
Keep going, please. Yes.
And now for the sanctuary deaths. Happy at Pamper, a pachyderm project in Thailand. Pang Fei, Bon Lot Elephant Sanctuary, Thailand. Shirley, the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee, USA. Fenya at Herd in South Africa. Nita, Borneo Elephant Sanctuary, Bai Cha Elephant Nature Park, Thailand, Maggie Paws Sanctuary in California, USA, Danny Elephant Nature Park, Thailand, Arunria Cambodia Wildlife Sanctuary, Cambodia, Thongkun Elephant Haven, Thailand, Karma Wildlife SOS in India, and Gawa Ta Phuket Elephant Sanctuary in Thailand.
Are we complete?
I believe so,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, okay. All right, so now we can have, if you just saw the screen I put up, there were 86 elephants that have died this year, and that was a breakdown. All of those elephants and all of that suffering, we are now going to take a minute of silence for the elephants, starting now. Thank you. And now I'm going to blow out my candle to continue, but of course, you guys can keep it lit if you can and keep an eye on it. So the next part now, we're going to have a reading by Kirsten, I believe, right? Is that right, Kirsten? Hello, Kirsten?
Yes, it's actually going to be Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. Okay. I lost my place here. So speak up, Barbara, please, as you read it, because we are having a little sound issue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another poem by a longtime advocate and friend. It's called Bearing Witness, and it's by Laura Weaver. Sometimes we are asked to stop and bear witness. This, the elephants say to me in dreams as they thunder through the passageways of my heart, disappearing into a blaze of stars. On the edge of the sixth mass extinction, with species vanishing before our eyes, we'd be a people gone mad if we did not grieve. This unmet grief, an elder tells me, is the root of the collective illness that got us here. His people stay current with their grief. They see their tears as medicine, and grief a kind of generous willingness to simply see, to look loss in the eye, to hold tenderly what is precious, to let the reins of the heart fall. In this way, they do not pass this weight on in invisible mailbags for the next generation to carry. In this way, the grief doesn't build and build like waves, like sets of waves, until at some point down the line, it simply becomes an unbearable ocean. We are so hungry when we are fleeing our grief, when we are doing all we can to distract ourselves from the crushing heft of the unread letters of our ancestors. Hear us, they call. Hear us. In my dreams, the elephants stampede in herds, trumpeting, shaking the earth. It is a kind of grand finale, a last parade of their exquisite beauty. See us, they say. We may not pass this way again. What if our grief, given as a sacred offering, is a blessing, not a curse? What if our grief, not hidden away in corners, becomes a kind of communion where we shine? What if our grief becomes a liberation song that returns us to our innocence? What if our fierce hearts could simply bear witness?
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was just beautiful and exactly right. Take what has happened and transform the world with it, because the elephants are so wise and they're such a great symbol to us of being loving and forgiving and enduring and all of the wonderful things that they bring us. They're just so special. We're about to wrap up. If anyone has something that we did not cover that we should have, please speak up now. Yes, go ahead. Kirsten, you're, yeah, go ahead.
I just would like to again thank you, Lindsay, for providing this platform for this message and for this way to express the grief that we're all holding for these elephants. And on another note, I would also like to give a big shout out to Marilyn Glazer, who is with Team Leap for Lucy.
Thank you.
And she was unable to join because of technical difficulties, but she is a huge part of organizing this vigil. And she is the one who keeps us organized throughout the year and who puts together the package of biographies that we all work on writing throughout the year. So I just wanted to make sure that she was brought into this circle.
Absolutely. And I do thank you for doing that. That's really important. And we are sad that she couldn't be here. And, but we just wanted to tell people one more time, actually two things, right? Because by sending pictures and videos to the Facebook page is one thing you want them to do to participate. Is that correct? You want to address that quickly? And then we want to tell them, remind them again of how they can get involved. So go ahead. Someone wants to take that.
We did create a video of the photos that people sent us of their home vigils, but the deadline for those photos is past. So we're not taking those photos anymore. That video has already been created and will be released later today.
I see.
And again,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. No worries. And we also, our call is for people to actually get involved in these existing campaigns that are going on. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Lindsay.
You're welcome. And that would be through the people that co-host, all the organizations that co-host it, correct? Yes. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here. We had the entire time, everybody stayed on that came on. Over 70 people were on the entire time, which is amazing. So this will go out and a lot of people will see it. And we're hoping that everyone will share it out. And again, I want to thank you all for your hard work in putting this together for 4 years. And hopefully that there will not be a need for it hopefully in the near future, but keep doing the great work that you are doing. And thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching today. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Bye.